Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears looks like are being sued by a brother and sister who a few years back, they were in some weird skits with Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, where one was Tiffany Haddish was showing the girl how to perform oral, and the little boy with brother, he was, I guess, in a skit where Aries Spears was pretending to be a pedophile, was lusting after the boy, and they're both saying that they're traumatized from the event. I think she's like 21, 22 now, the brother's like 15. So this was a little whiles back, but they're saying they're traumatized from the event, and she has decided, the sister has decided to file a lawsuit. The girl says that Tiffany Haddish was a friend of the family, friend of their mother's, and so they trusted her. She brought them to the photo shoot where they were put in these weird situations. Now, a lot in the video, I think there's supposed to be meaning, at least behind the one with the boy, as far as like watch who you leave with your kids. And so I get the messaging behind it, but I think that, whenever you do something like that, even if it's supposed to be for a joke, which I have no reason to believe that they were doing it for anything else than a joke. I do believe that I don't think that they were really trying to, do sexual acts with children. I do believe also Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish were just doing like risque comedy. But when it's children, I think that everybody, the parents and children, should be made aware of it and have an understanding of what's going on. You don't want to blindside them with those kind of things, because it is very, weird when it's kids. At the same time, at the same time, you have a lot of like movies and shows where they show kids doing a lot of weird things, suggestive things, child molestation and rapes and things like that. So you see that in movies, and it is a lot of times depicted to like make something more sympathetic or sad or traumatic. But if you're trying to prove a point and you want to do it in a comedy way, like I said, I understand it, and I'm not mad with that concept on its own. But I do think that Aries Spears, Tiffany Haddish, and everybody involved, it should have been an understanding from everybody. This is what we're going to do. This is the message behind it. And make sure everybody's okay with doing this. I don't know if the mom knew or not. Again, the daughter is old enough to where she can file a lawsuit if she wants to. I don't know if the mom knew Tiffany Haddish and the mom were friends. I don't know if she went into detail about what it was with the mother, or if Tiffany Haddish just came and got the kids and said, hey, I'm going to take them to a photo shoot. We're going to, shoot some stuff. I do think you have to have an understanding with the parents, as long as the parents are okay with it. And of course, the kids are okay with it. I don't see an issue. Now, I do think that this is very funny or very timely. And this is after Aries Spears went in on Lizzo for being chunky and saying that nobody want no big woman. And he's right. most men don't want a big woman. If they don't get a big woman, they definitely don't want to be as big as Lizzo. She's huge. But a lot of women were like, oh, well, he's big. Nobody like him. Well, the thing is with men, most of the times, it is more about the pocketbook than the six-pack, So, from that point of view, I understand what you're saying. He looks like a hypocrite, yes, but in our reality, most women, they care more about if you got money. You can be the most fit man in the world. If you can't afford to buy them lobster and steak and take them to whatever island they want to go on and buy them whatever expensive bag there is, most of them don't want you, or at least, some variation of that. They can't, if you can't, provide, they don't want you. Whereas men, we more physical. We want to look at something nice. We're going to be provided, so we want something nice to look at. Now, there are some chubby chasers out there, but for the most part, they don't like that. But I just think that is, it's like, dang, man, I don't know what happened, how this happened, but it seems like right after that controversy with Aries Spears comes out with some weird, creepy old videos of him, with a little boy. Again, even though this was a skit and it was designed to be creepy like that, as like a, hey, watch you leave your kids around thing, kind of come to biting them in the butt now. Again, if the kids had no idea, if they really were caught off guard, if the parents didn't know anything and this was just all like a surprise thing, I'm against that. I don't think that Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears meant to do any type of weird child pornography molestation thing. I think they were just trying to do risque comedy, and now these kids are older and they're saying, we didn't like this, we didn't want this, and we're gonna sue you. So they're getting sued now, and they're actually asking for them to be arrested. So getting scary. Just make sure everybody's on the up and up of what you're doing when you're doing stuff, so things like this don't happen later on in life. You understand it, you get signings, you get all that, have the parents sign stuff. Make sure it was perfectly made well aware of everything that was happening, because then you get situations like this.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah. Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me. Yeah. Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me. It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah. Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me. Yeah. Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.